ready to get started with some math, Blake?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I appreciate you working with me again. And our lesson today is truly to help you with some things, some errors that I noticed you were making when we did our probe yesterday, working with the multiplication. And so today, that's what we're going to work on, is to help you identify where to put numbers when you're multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits. I think you have the basic steps. You've got the steps, but sometimes you are putting the numbers in different spots where they don't belong. And so then at the end, when you're doing your addition to find your product, the answer needs some correcting. So that's basically what our objective is today, is to multiply 2 digits by 2 digits and using multiplication. So I just used the word product. Do you remember what a product is?
Mm-hmm.
What's a product?
I think it's the number you end out with, like what you get. Like let's say you're adding a number like 50 plus 50. Your product is 100.
Okay. So I will tell you, when you are adding, you get a sum, and that is the answer to an addition problem. And when you multiply, you're getting a product, which is the answer to a multiplication problem.
I was just trying to get to that. I just used it.
Well, you definitely had the right idea that it is the answer to an operation. And so answers in operations for multiplication is the product. And the answer to an addition problem is called a sum.
Yeah, I was trying to get to, I just used a different problem because it wasn't getting through to me.
Yeah, and that's okay, because math is so many steps. So today I'm going to try to give you some strategies using some different colors and color coding, and using some graph paper to kind of help you keep up with where you're at when you're multiplying. So before we get started, I'm going to have you use the pencil and do a quick little review of multiplication with just one digit by a 2 digit. So I'll give you just a minute or two to solve this problem.
Okay.
All right, you can go ahead and look at the computer screen right here and see if your digits have come out. You can use the calculator to check your answer.
Yep, I got it right.
Perfect. So when you did that math, go ahead and look here, please, because this is kind of what we're going to focus on. Is
I'll show you how I did it.
Sure.
Okay. So I started out here. I did 6 times 3 because, you can do 3 times 6 times 3 the same thing. I did that, and then it was 18, so I put the 8 down there, put the 1 up there, and then I did 3 times 3, which is 9.
Correct.
And then I put a 1 there, so it's 10, and then I have no more spots to put the 1 in, so I just put 1, 0.
Good. Hey, and you worked pretty good upside down there, Blake. Nice work. Showing me that. And so this is really what the focus is for today, is for you to help you remember that when you multiplied your 6 times 3 and you got 18, what I am focusing with you on today is where you're placing those digits, okay, for your 18, like that. So that's a 1 digit by a 2 digit. So today's focus, though, is going to be a 2 digit by a 2 digit, and we'll go over some together. And so, what is a product? The answer to a
Fish.
Yep. The last time we worked together, we worked with patterns of 10 to help understand reasonableness in multiplying two digits by two digits and coming up with quick estimations because multiples of 10 are easier than numbers that are not multiples of 10. So I'm going to give you just a couple of minutes, a minute to do those three problems as a review of our last lesson.
Okay.
Remember they're zeros, so those, yeah. All right, good. And so when you are multiplying, you want to be sure to look for reasonableness in answers based on the place value. All right, so I have an example here using different colors to help you see where to place the digits as you multiply, okay? So if you would, go ahead and look at the computer screen, Blake. And I'm going to show you what the pattern that I noticed in your probe that we did a couple of days ago. If the problem was 32 times 16, I know that you know that 6 times 2 is 12, but what you were doing with your digits was, okay, because I've got your 6 times 2, and I know you know that's 12, but what your you were placing your digits like the 2 here and the 1 here. See that? So what do I need to change?
You need to put the 2 down there and the 1 up there.
Yes. Okay. So 6 times 2 is 12. And then to finish the problem, I would say that the 6, can you see the cursor as I move it, that little dot?
Yeah.
Okay. So follow the little cursor. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 1, 19. Where do I put that 9?
Well, I lost it because the cursor kind of blends in the middle of the other thing.
Okay. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 1, 19. Am I finished with the problem? I just multiplied with the 6. Now what do I have to multiply?
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, we're doing that. Wait, I thought we were doing that on, yeah, okay.
That's all right. I'll just finish the whole problem now. One times 2 is 2. Multiplication. Okay, so keep looking at the screen with my 3 times 1, which is 3. And then I'm going to add that together. Okay. Can you use the calculator and check to see if that's the correct answer?
Okay, 32, because I did 13.
32.
Yeah, it's not.
I'll check it out. You want me to do it?
It's not.
32. You looking? Times 16 equal 512. Okay? So, on this one, I'm going to have you go ahead and pick up your pencil and do this one on your own. operation did you use right there? What process did you just put a sign right there to show what you did? Did you add, subtract, multiply, divide? Okay. And can you write your answer clearly right here so I can see your digits? What is this? If you this here, I'll write it out if you call it to me. Okay. And 694.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so go ahead and look at the computer screen. And if you would look at your work as I solve it. 8 times 2 is 16. What did you get for 8 times 2? You've placed your digits in the right spot, but 8 times 2 is 16. So what do you need to change that digit to? You had your 1 here, and that's correct. So it's 16. You just multiplied 8 times 2 is 14, so that needs to be a 6. Okay. So go ahead and look back at the screen. So I just did my 8 times 2 is 16. Now 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Do you have 11? Yes. Moving on to I just multiplied the 2. Okay. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 5 is 5. Do you have 580 on your next row?
Yep.
Good. And then you added that together. I'm going to have you re-add that because when you did, you originally added it with a 4, but now you see that it's a 6. So go ahead and re-add that.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Well, let me rewrite it for you. Here, let me rewrite this for you right here. Okay, so you were at so that's what these digits are here, okay?
$696.
Correct. All right. Let's do one more and see if you can do that on your own independently. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. You can use any of these colors that you choose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I can do what?
Do this one. And really what I'm mainly looking at is to see if you're placing your digits in the right spot. So you get 6 times 2 is what? 6 times
12.
Yeah. So I can give you that part. So really am looking to see that you're placing your digits in the right spot, which you did. Good.
I don't remember that right.
You said that 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 35 plus 1. So where are you going to write those digits? 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 1.
It's still doing that. I thought we were doing this.
Go ahead and sit up so you can see the paper scroll.
Oh no, I see it now. I see it. Can I do it then?
Yeah, let me rewrite the problem. Okay. Go ahead and get that part done. $30. 6 times 5 is 30 plus. Don't forget to add that.
Oh.
So just write over it. And so you just did that part.
112.
Okay. Now you need to put a 0 here because you're going to have to now multiply it by your 1. digit do you mean for that to be?
It's not five.
Now, you can use your calculator to add that up. But you don't have to use a calculator, you can just add it up if you want.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. I thought you were making a check.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8. It's 832.
Now, use your calculator and check your work.
Okay, so this is
52. 16.
Yep, I got one.
All right, good. So with some practice, you will continue to work on multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits and find what is the answer to a multiplication problem?
I'll put it.
A product. Great. Thanks. We'll keep working on it.